We're continuing in our series about how to read the Bible, and we're using the early chapters of Genesis to get familiar with the world of the Bible, the symbolism of the Bible, the furniture of the world as the Bible gives it to us. And we've looked at a variety of different topics in the early chapters of Genesis, in Genesis 1 in particular. We looked at heaven and the meaning of heaven in Genesis 1 and 2, and how that plays out through the rest of the Bible. Alistair Roberts has talked about light. And today, in the next several weeks, I want to talk about the phrase that's used in Genesis 1:2 about the original state of the earth. God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens are not mentioned again in the course of Genesis 1, but the earth becomes the focus. And in its original state, it's called formless and empty. Tohu vabohu is the rhyming Hebrew phrase to describe this. And it describes a condition of earth that has no shape to it, and it's also empty. And through the course of the week of creation, God is forming and then filling, as Alistair has talked about in previous videos. The week is kind of divided into those two activities. God spends the first part of the week forming the earth and putting it into a shape, giving it various sections and areas. And then in the second half of the week, he fills each of those areas. And that's working from the original earth, the original formless and void material that he created, and forming it into the world that we know. That formation takes the form of division. God divides day from night by using light. He divides the world, the waters above and below, and inserts the firmament. He divides the waters and the sea. So the order of the world is made by a process of division and boundary making. And once those boundaries are made, then God leaves the boundaries to created things. The firmament, which is a creature, divides the waters above and the waters below. That work of maintaining that boundary is delegated to something that God created. Once he's divided the light and the darkness in the first day of creation, he delegates the rule of day and night to the heavenly bodies. So we have this process of God forming a world and then leaving that world in the care of created things to maintain the boundaries that keep it in order. And that's going to be an important part of what we look at in the following episodes as we see how that delegation of boundary keeping and the maintenance of creation is carried on by human beings.